I like
And
that you
now for
have
part
set
two.
those boundaries and you set a
Yeah.
day, and that's not only
Yeah.
self-care for you both, like self-care. I mean,
Hmm.
folding clothes could be self-care. You be in your own thoughts, right? Just,
Yeah. Yeah.
just not being an entrepreneur that day, not being the man of God that
Hmm.
day, not just being,
Hmm.
and saying, me and my
Yeah.
wife are going to go to the movies. I think that that's great. And it really helps you continue on, every day.
Hmm.
Like you said, Saturdays and Sundays. I mean, it's you're on, so
Yeah.
I think that that's great. But Pastor, let me tell you, your wife is one of my star students, so it's okay. She's one of my favorite star
Just
students.
must us do it.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much.
So yeah, but thank you for that. For sharing that, how you
Yes.
kind of protect your marriage and your time.
Yeah, for sure.
Yes. So talking about, I know we said we was going into marriage, but you all do marriage and you do ministry together as well. So marriage and ministry. So you all are very involved. Is this, besties out there, this is not that couple where the pastor is preaching and teaching and doing everything and the first lady is sitting on the front row with her legs crossed with the big old hat on. Like, no, this first lady right here, she is very, very active. So the both of you all are very active in ministry. I know you did say, that sometimes there are challenges, but what's some of the blessings of working together in ministry?
I'll go first.
Look, wait a minute. First of all, let me rephrase that. But are there blessings of working together in ministry? Let's go. Let's go. Let me not assume. Let's start there first. And then, if so, what
What
are
are
some
they?
of those blessings of working together in ministry? Yes.
Yes, definitely. One thing about ministry, and I was just talking to our team about this in our call this morning.
Yeah.
Ministry is you're in the people business. And
Hmm.
when you're working with people, when you're dealing with people, first you got to like people, you have to love people.
Yeah.
'Cause we're dealing with God's people, so you have the love of Christ within you in order to do it effectively. So when you have that, one of the blessings and the joy of it is being able to reach, to inspire, to influence and impact
Yeah.
people, good impact, a godly impact on people. So
Yeah.
when you know what you're doing, it is making an impact and it's doing something that is
Yeah.
the benefit of it. That's one of the benefits of it is that you are helping
Hmm.
people. But not only that,
Yeah.
but we are an open book. We live our lives in front of the people. We are who we are in front of the people. We don't, put on a facade.
Right.
The way that we are
Yeah.
at the church is who we are at home.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
they're getting to learn the personal side of us because
Yeah.
now that we are pastor and first lady, like when it was just Minister Eric and she was our pastor's nurse. So Nurse Kim or Sister Kim,
Mm-hmm.
they would just
Hmm.
see us as servants and working. And once we were done
Yeah.
working, we would be doing our assignment. And then once that's it, we go home. So they didn't really get to see
Right.
who we are. But now they're learning who we are and they're seeing we are who we are, right? So they're watching and noticing how we are best friends.
Mm-hmm.
And I think
Yeah.
that's what
Yeah.
really helped our marriage to make it to where it is, because the one thing that we decided early on is that we're going to make sure we learn how to be friends first.
Yeah.
Yes, I love you, but if I don't like you, I don't know how far we can
Right.
go. um, we laugh about it, and I'm sorry, we do laugh about it, but when you hear
Hmm.
about the divorce rate during the pandemic, it's like
Hmm.
because you were forced to be around each other.
Yeah.
Hmm.
You
No,
realize how
that
All
much
was
you
day,
didn't like
crazy.
each
all day.
Yeah.
other. And so we have fun during
We
the
did.
pandemic.
Yep.
We
Yeah.
did.
You
Totally.
know,
Yeah.
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 but I think that the benefit again, is just being able to be who we are in front of people, and it's influencing them
Yeah.
and it's making an impact on their lives. So that's one of the benefits of it. And
Mhm.
really recognizing that this has always been my calling, and
Mm,
where I could take all of like all the business knowledge that I've learned in corporate America and just
Yeah.
my experiences in life, how I could take all of that and use it in the profession that I'm in now,
Yeah.
with
Yeah.
my call, with my assignment that God has given
Mhm.
me. I can easily and freely share my experiences with someone. And it's not necessarily a sermon, but it's just me helping someone through their life.
mhm.
I
Yeah.
think the biggest benefit is really just helping people and encouraging people and not looking for anything in return, but just the fact that I made a change
Yeah.
in your life.
Mhm.
The
Yeah.
message that we preach to everybody is what we're in right now. There is hope, and that's that. Our
Mhm.
our church is Greater Mountain of Hope, and that's what
Yeah.
we're putting out there. We're putting hope to let people know you don't have to be the product of your environment. You don't have to what
Mhm.
you see right now. If you've never experienced life before, keep living and live
Yeah.
to the best of your ability. Live. There
That's
is so
good.
much more for you out there than what you see, what you've experienced. And even for one that's going through something in their lives, don't let what you're going through right now dictate what your tomorrow is going to be. If you keep going, keep living, keep trusting God, and keep believing, see, I can't turn
Yeah.
it off. It's always, it comes.
I'm like, come on.
That's my
But
It's
church.
in you. It's in
Right.
but this is me. This is who I've always
Yeah.
been before I became a
Yeah.
pastor,
Mhm.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'm in my element with this because it's the benefit of just me
Yeah.
being me,
Mhm.
so,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
yeah, but just keep living. I guarantee you will see something better. So yeah.
Oh, I
That's
love
good.
it. That
Yeah.
was
What about you, Kim? Are there any
So
blessings?
you already know, sis. If I could be the first lady just sitting down, I want to do the hats, but give me a nice pair of shoes and just cute, I would.
Yeah.
But knowing that that's not, what God called me to do,
Yeah.
that
Mhm.
is just a blessing in being obedient to
Yeah.
my calling. I ran
Mhm.
from it so many years, and he was one of the reasons why I kind of got pushed out there. But it's
Mhm.
to be a blessing to people,
Yeah.
to like he said, to offer hope to people. It's a
Mhm.
blessing in that alone, to offer
Yeah.
hope, to let them know you can get through this. So that, yeah, there is a blessing in ministry.
Mhm.
That's good.
it
That's
is.
good.
It is. Yeah, I'm gonna have to slip on over to y'all church now.
Come
Slip
on.
on over to the south side. Okay. So let's go a little bit deeper. We've talked about, marriage and ministry. We've talked about children, blended families, discipline. We got a little sermonette all in there. So, Kiran told you the beginning of our season is love and marriage. And so we really want to focus on healthy Christian marriages that have strong roots. And so we want to know, how do the Newsomes keep the fire going in their marriage? Y'all like, yeah,
Well,
yeah.
so
Give us all the tea, all of it.
so one of the things that we do is quarterly vacations.
You said quarterly, like every.
Quarterly.
Hold on, let
Quarterly.
me call my husband. Hold on, hold. Slow
Look, look,
down.
look.
Okay,
Let me get my.
hold it.
Yes.
Okay.
Hold
Quarterly
it.
vacations.
Let me write a note to my husband. All
Right.
right.
I'm gonna need a quarterly vacation.
Yeah.
See, Karan, see, the Smiths told me I need to go shopping. Okay. The Newsomes told me I need a vacation every
Mhm.
3 months. Okay, go ahead, Pastor. Go on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then we have reasons though, but it's something that we both said to each other when we were on
Yeah.
vacation. We said, you know what, we have to do this once a quarter
Hmm.
because it's a reset,
Yeah.
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know.
That's
Um,
good.
and you have to take that time where it's just about us for this week.
Yep.
Yes.
Everything is shut off, and we love going on the islands.
Mm-hmm.
We try our best to go places in the States, but We like to go
Yeah.
somewhere where everything is shut off.
Yes.
You know,
Yeah. Yeah.
we can't get emails. We can't really get text messages. You know,
Yeah.
everything is cut off. So we are somewhere where it's just about me, it's about her, it's about us, and we can just
Yes.
enjoy each other, you know. But every now and then too, we have to have those overnight stays. And that's another thing that we do. The staycations.
Yeah.
Yes.
What a difference just a stay overnight can make.
Yes.
You know, you just say, okay, we're gonna go to this place.
Yeah.
You know, we're gonna go
Mm-hmm.
to, you got the Sybaris, you got the Champagne Lodge, you
Same.
got the
Mm-hmm.
Stable
Champagne
downtown,
Lodge.
you got
I never heard of that secret. I
Exactly.
know.
Champagne Lodge.
you know, you have what's
There's a hotel that we go to downtown called the Sable.
yeah,
I don't know if
Oh
you all
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Navy
maybe
Pier.
there, yeah,
So it makes you feel like you're on a
on the
on a
cruise ship,
ship,
yeah,
and because the water.
Really? I haven't.
So it doesn't always have to be.
yeah, yeah,
It doesn't always have to be
Okay.
going out of the country or going out of town.
Yeah.
Just
Mm-hmm.
make sure you have that time.
yep,
Like he said, quarterly is when
Yeah.
Thursday is just our date night when we go to dinner, go to the movies.
Mm-hmm.
Quarterly, we're getting away for a couple days.
Yeah.
And I think that's
No
neat.
kids, right?
Oh,
no, no.
Okay.
We have
Okay. I
one
just wanted to
vacation.
be
So one
sure.
of those vacations is with our son. We have his family vacation. So our quarter is, so February is for her birthday. Then we have May where we take the vacation with our son or the family vacation. Then we
Mm-hmm.
have June, July, which is our wedding anniversary. Then you have around by this time, October, which is my birthday, you know. So those are our 4 trips, you know, and
Yeah.
sometimes we'll push the October trip to November or something like that, you know. So
Yeah.
making sure that each quarter we have a reason, but yet we still make it happen,
Yeah.
mhm,
you know. And if we can't get
Yeah.
away, we do something, you know.
something.
We drive
Yes.
somewhere, we go stay somewhere.
Yeah.
And even within those quarters, sometimes we just go do just
Mhm.
because, you know,
Mm-hmm.
we need a break,
Mm-hmm.
you know, so we'll take that time and
Mm.
do something, you know, but we find that
Mm-hmm.
time to keep the fire burning because you can get burnt out. And yeah, you need to make
You
that
burnt
time
out
for
and
you.
looking at each other crazy too.
Yep, yep, exactly. So got to. And
No,
then
I
one
think
thing
that's
also we
good.
do as
Hmm.
well, if I can share this too, one thing we
No,
also
no, go
do
ahead.
is like we do just because
Mhm.
things, you know,
Mm-hmm.
I'll buy her flowers or buy her something
Yeah,
just because, you know, just different things we'll do just because
Yeah.
she did something. I got to share it on Facebook, you know, because she knows the types of candies that I like. So she went and grabbed some of my favorite candies and put an "I love you" sticker on it, put it on my desk, stuff like that.
Hmm.
You know, it's
Yeah.
Yeah.
those types of things that we do just to keep the fire burning, to just keep encouraging each other, and we pour
Yeah.
into one another. You
Yeah.
know, and we know
That's
each
good.
other's love language. That's another thing, and we make sure we stay on top of that.
And then he'll do things like, pack a bag, we're going away type of things. And I've always wanted to do a picnic. So for years, I'll just kind of put it like that. I wouldn't mind doing a picnic. So he surprised me one a few months ago, right?
Mhm.
A few months ago, with a picnic downtown. So yeah, just
Oh.
different things to do. You got to find out
Yeah.
what
Yeah.
other like.
Yeah,
Yes.
But
Yes.
that
And then
really
take action.
right,
yeah,
I'll say that, but
Hmm.
that really keeps the fire going. It reminds
Yeah.
you of
Yeah.
why you fell in love and why you're best
Yes.
friends. And, because like me and my husband can spend all day, like we don't get tired of each other. Even if we start like snapping at each other, we be like, okay, what we gonna eat? It don't matter.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I get that. I
Yeah.
definitely get that. But no, I think that those are great ways. I mean, besties, y'all better take heed. I mean, men, y'all need to step it up because Pastor Eric said, pack a bag, okay?
Pack a bag.
Yes, yes. No, I love it. I love the fact is that you all are saying that you, as a married couple, you need to take the time to reset. So sometimes it's not just about, oh, we need fun in the sun. Like, no, you need time to reset.
Yeah.
So if that is, as you say, doing a staycation or going to a hotel downtown or in the western suburbs, I don't know about the south suburbs, but in the western suburbs, you can go out there and just be at the hotel. No kids, y'all. No kids. Leave the babies at home. They will be there. Believe me, they're going to be there when you get back, or they're going to be at Granny or TT's house when you get back. But I do believe that is very important to reset and to get back in each other's face. You know, between being in God's face and then being in your job space and the business face and church face, sometimes you got to be in each other face
Yeah.
sometimes. So no, that's very, very good. I love that. But one question I do have for you all. You all have been married for 18 years and been together 20 years. So these 18 years of marriage, what's one major lesson for each of you all? What's one major lesson that you all have learned through your marriage journey?
Mm. Mm-hmm.
Well, I could go. I want to let I go.
You think?
I would say when I was younger, you know, when you're younger and you think to yourself, because you always hear people say, you changed. You know, I always talked about how I won't ever change. I'll stay the same, but keep living. You know, one thing I
Mhm,
Right.
learned is you have to change because change is
mhm.
inevitable. But
Yes,
as you're changing, you have, especially with us being together for so long, you have to know and learn how to grow together. Um,
that's good.
as I'm changing, I'm not doing it where she's not recognizing it. We just like how we have the kids to have those conversations, we have those conversations with each other
Mm-hmm.
to recognize the
Mhm,
mentality change, to recognize the things I like then I don't like today, and making sure that
mhm,
that's understood.
Mm-hmm.
So
mhm,
yeah, I've learned that as you are growing, as you are changing, you're developing and you're becoming someone
mhm.
different. So it's important that you both grow together in a marriage, because if you don't grow together, you're definitely going to grow apart.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
So I did think
Let me ask you, look, Kim, before you answer, just what you're saying, Eric, how important is it though when you know that things are shifting? You know, I used to like that, but I don't like that anymore. How important is that to communicate that to your spouse? Because you
Very
know,
important.
he or she may not know anymore.
uh-huh.
I
Mhm.
mean, they don't know.
Exactly.
They think you still like, you
Yep.
know, I
Yeah,
don't know,
Yep.
yeah,
eating cheese pizza. They don't know
yeah.
you don't like cheese pizza anymore. You like a little cheese and sausage. So
That's
how
Mhm.
important is that to communicate that?
It's very important because if you don't tell them, they won't know. And
mhm.
so they will be under the impression that you still like this. And so they're going to keep doing it.
Yes.
And you'll be thinking, if you
Hmm.
don't say anything, you're thinking to yourself, I don't like that no more. So now you're
Yeah.
speaking to
Yeah.
yourself, you're talking to yourself, you're fussing and complaining within yourself, but you're not
Hmm.
expressing that to say, hey, you know what? I really don't like that no more.
Yep.
And so now
Yeah.
it helps them to know and understand, okay, let me
Hmm.
stop. Even when
Yeah.
it comes to like the playfulness, you know, if it was something that I liked back then, I don't like it now.
Mm-hmm.
You have
Yeah. Yeah.
to
Yeah.
say that. You have
Yeah.
to, you know,
Hmm.
express that, because
Yeah.
it can become an irritation.
Mm-hmm.
And if you don't say something,
Hmm.
that irritation will become disdain. And then now you're taking it out on them and you're growing away from them
Hmm.
because you just didn't open up your mouth and say something, you
Mm-hmm.
know. So communication is very important. And that's another thing I
Yes.
would say.
Mm-hmm.
Communicate,
That's
communicate, communicate. You have to communicate.
Yes.
That's yeah. You can't make
And
it.
I think that's yes. And I think that's good all the way across the board in every single area without saying every area. That's all the way across the board when it comes to marriage. If
mm-hmm.
you don't like it, if you want it a different way, you better open up your mouth and say, we're
Yes.
going to try it this way, going to try it that way. Not anymore, but we can do it all the way across the board. And I'm going to leave that right there. All right, my sister Kim,
But
what
you just
about you?
opened up to
Hmm.
what I was going to say. It was communication because
Yeah.
I was the
Yeah.
type of person that if I didn't like something, I wouldn't say anything.
Hmm.
You know, I would kind of like shut down and just go on my corner and then just
Hmm.
be angry within. And then, of course, you know, you hold
Yeah.
it in so long, it's gonna come out. And then when it come out, it don't come out right.
Mhm.
So
Right.
I had
Right.
to, that's what I had to learn. I had to learn how to communicate what I like, what I didn't like, and then even be
Hmm.
open to him when he started expressing himself. Stop
Yeah.
being offensive all of the time
Mm.
and really
That's good.
listen to understand,
That's
not listen to
yeah,
respond, right? And so I
yeah.
had to learn it on both sides. I had to learn how to communicate, stop being so shut in, stop being afraid to
Mm-hmm.
say what I want or what I don't like, and then
Mm-hmm.
being open to him being able to express what he like, what he don't like.
Yeah,
Wow,
that's
I
good.
like that. I do. Well, we
Yes.
almost
Open up your mouth.
right. We're down to like the last few questions.
Right.
So I would like to know, both of you to answer this. If you was to describe each other, like what you like about each other, how would you describe it? So you can, what do you love about your wife, like her qualities, and then what do you love about your husband, his qualities? Did you?
So I know I'm probably gonna hate that I said this, but I do love the way that he pushes me outside of my comfort zone. In the beginning, it's a challenge,
Yeah.
and I be fighting
Mm-hmm.
for
Mm-hmm.
life.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
in
yeah,
the end, I realized that it was needed.
Yeah.
yeah.
So, like even like you said, Karen, me with doing so
Mm-hmm.
much in ministry,
Yeah.
in the beginning, I'm like, no, I don't want to elevate. I don't want this title. I don't want to do this. I don't want to do.
Uh,
And it's
yeah,
always a fight. But once I get out of that, and I realize, okay, yeah, I'm glad I did it. So that's one thing
yeah,
I love about him. I love the way he pushes me and encourages me to do things outside of what Kim want to do. I just want to
yeah.
stay. Another thing I love, I actually said this yesterday in our ministry. He's a guy that loves to cook. So even
Oh,
after working
that's a blessing.
a long day, he comes home, he cooks, he doesn't mind washing his own clothes. I said that too yesterday. Like certain things that men usually look for women to do.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It was all of that. And I can say that I'm spoiled a little bit.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I love the way he showers me with gifts, compliments me. He still does all those things that he did in the beginning when we first met.
That's good. All right, brother Eric, that's good. Keep going.
That's the happy wife, happy life.
Yes, yes.
Oh yeah, for sure. Um, well, greatest quality I like about her is her smile, definitely it makes my day. Sometimes she'll be looking at me like, what? And I just like nothing, I just look at her. I admire her,
Mm-hmm.
her beauty, it just be times I'll just be looking at her and she'll be wondering, why am I looking at her? And I just say, just cause, but I just love her smile, and it'd be times we're sitting around talking and things or she's talking to somebody and I'll just sit and I'll just stare at her and I just love her beauty, her smile, just everything about her. I love her spirit, you know. People gravitate to her because
Mm,
she's just such a kind spirit, a sweet spirit.
yes.
That's actually what won me, to her, to marrying her. Like I said, I wasn't looking to get married, but I just saw the spirit that she had. It was a sweet spirit, you know. I love that she allows me to lead. And I say allow, because she doesn't have to.
Yeah.
Um, she's a strong woman regardless. One thing about with her is, people would underestimate her because of her frame, because she's kind of small in stature, but not in character.
Yeah.
She's a person that stands on her own, and that's what I really admired about her. She
Hmm.
stood on her own. She took care of her business. She held her own. She
Hmm.
knew and still knows how to take care of her business, and she's no one to be played with. So,
Yeah.
you know, and that's one thing that she really let me know in the beginning. But that was a turn
Mm-hmm.
on for me.
Hmm.
I'm not a person who want a woman who just allows somebody to run over her.
Right,
I
Yeah.
right.
like a woman that
Yeah.
knows how to stand her ground and be strong,
Yeah.
and that's her. She definitely
Yeah.
shows me that she's strong because when we need to stand our ground together, we can hold
Mhm.
each other down,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so I love that about her. And she knows what she wants and she goes after it. And
Hmm.
like I said, she allows me to be the leader in the house when there are times, even if she doesn't agree with me, she still allows what I say to make it, you know, she makes that law, but when we get in the room, it's okay. I didn't like that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Tell
yeah.
you,
That
I didn't
united
like
front.
that. Yeah,
Uh,
exactly. You know, and one thing
mhm,
that, I respect, because I respect her,
yeah.
I respect her opinion and I take it into consideration. And a lot of times I make a decision based off it because it's always, well, what you think?
Yeah.
Because I trust her opinion.
Mhm,
So it's a lot of times before I make a decision, I'll always ask her, what do you think? What do you think about
mhm,
this?
Mhm.
What would you
Mhm.
do? How would you handle that? You know,
mhm.
so yeah, I mean, and again, just her knowledge, her wisdom, her beauty, her spirit, just all of that, all over.
I love that. That was so sweet. So sweet.
Y'all.
It's
Oh
important
God.
for spouses to really just esteem one another, affirm,
Yes.
validate one
Yes.
another.
Yes.
I just love what both of you all said. I think that is
Yes.
beautiful.
Yes. Yes. So I have one more question for you all. One more question. If you all can summarize your marriage in one word,
Mm.
all these good 18 years in one word, what would that word be?
So for me, it would be intentional.
Mm, took my word.
Mm.
See,
Oh,
because we
hmm
never talked about this, but that's what I would say.
hmm
Intentional. We
Yeah,
was intentional about working at our marriage.
yeah.
Intentional about making it last. Intentional
Yeah.
about staying in love.
Mm,
Not just getting married and
Right.
going through that whole
Yeah.
process. But okay, after that, intentional all across the board. Everything that we do, we got to make it. It got to be intentional.
mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I love it.
yeah. Because I mean, you have to focus on it. If you don't, you will lose it.
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
like I said, you would grow apart, you will fall apart. So being intentional that's the most important thing that's going to help your marriage to stay strong and stay together.
hmm
Intentional about every single thing, especially with your love, with
hmm
your relationship, with your friendship, with your
Yeah.
connection,
Yes.
all of it being
hmm
intentional. Yeah.
So I did say that that was my last question, but just with you all saying that and reading the word hope on your shirts, um, can you just give some words of wisdom to couples out there who um, they may have lost the it within their marriage? You know, it's they're roommates right about now. You know, they're raising kids, they're going to work. You know, they may lay in the same bed, but that's it. They just laying in the same bed. They're being roommates, and they want to be able to get back to where they were at. What words of wisdom do you have for them? Or what words of hope do you have for them?
I will say this. Being married is not easy. But if it was easy, everybody would do it, right? Anything that would be easy, everybody would do it. But again, intentionality, that's the most important thing, being
Yeah.
intentional about your relationship, because what it does is it pulls you out of your comfort zone. And so if you are currently in a situation where you are struggling in your relationship, struggling in your marriage, take the time to sit down and ask yourself, first of all, remember why you got married in the first place.
Mhm.
Remember why did I fall in love with this person? Remember the qualities of that person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Remember the beauty of that person.
Mhm.
And always focus on keeping yourselves, keeping each other together for one another.
Yeah.
I couldn't lose myself with her.
hmm
Every week I'm at the barbershop. Every
hmm
day I'm grooming myself. I'm at the nail salon every
Yeah.
2 weeks getting a, manicure. I'm at the gym every day, exercising, keeping myself
hmm
healthy, but at the same time, keeping myself looking good for her, keeping
Yeah.
myself energized for her.
hmm
But being intentional, and it is
Yeah.
when you're in a marriage, it's no
Yeah.
longer about you.
Yeah.
It's about
Yeah.
us. And
Mhm.
so
Mm.
you put that focus on one another and you keep each other first.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I keep her first. She keeps me first. We keep this first. And when we
hmm
do that, that's what's going to help us to make it together, because that's
Yeah.
what togetherness is. It's one. I can't be
Yeah.
who I am without her.
Yeah.
And when I recognize that, the minute I know that, that's when
Hmm.
I have to say to myself, everything I do is going to be not just about me, but it's about us. Every
Yes.
decision I make, I got to understand that she's a part of my decisions. So
Hmm.
this is no longer about me. And if you got into the place to where you lost that, get back to that place. If you're at a place, and this is for those who may be considering divorce, who may be considering
Hmm.
separation, before you make that decision, ask yourself, why did I do this in the first place? Why did I choose
Yeah.
this person to be the one that I decided to marry?
Hmm.
Why did I choose
Yeah.
this person to be the one that I told God I want to be in a covenant with?
Yes.
Hmm.
A lot of times people make their decision based on emotions and other things,
Hmm.
but there had to be something that helped you
Hmm.
to see that person. There had to
Yeah.
be something that you saw in them that
Yeah.
made you say,
Yeah.
I want to do life with this person.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
I would encourage you, get back to that. Find what that one thing was, what those things were, those qualities. And if you
Yeah.
are the person that may have lost yourself, get back to yourself. Don't
Yeah.
allow life to pull you down to the place to where you think that I'm worthless. I can't make it. You may be
Hmm.
someone right now that have lost your job, have lost whatever it was that gave you a sense of hope,
Yeah.
gave you a sense of life and living.
Hmm.
One of the things when it comes to talking about hope, I got this thing that I built. This is part of my brand. It's hope, which equals a feeling of trust. But then you have confidence, which equals firm trust. But when it all boils down, it all goes into what's called faith,
Yes.
which is going to
Yeah.
complete trust. So when you have
Yeah.
complete trust in number one, God, and you trust
Hmm.
Him, you can have trust in yourself and you can have trust
Yeah.
in your partner. So
Yeah.
hope equals confidence equals faith. When you can be able to let hope turn into confidence and you can have that firm trust, that
Yeah.
firm, strong stand in
Hmm.
life to know that I'm going to make it, we're going to make it
Yeah.
together. And
Yes.
then we let faith step into place. God
Hmm.
will take us further.
Yes.
God
Yes.
will build us up. God will strengthen us and allow us to be able to make it because we said, I do. Yes, I
Yes.
will, and we will.
Yep.
Yes.
You did.
Kim, you want to?
I'm like, that was
Nope.
Let's
Not
just
coming.
say,
Not
drop the
coming
mic.
after that.
No, that was a whole sermon, a whole mouthful, all of that. That yes, that God, first of all, you all, God has to be the foundation of your marriage, and if He wasn't, there's still hope. If you got married for all the wrong reasons, but you still say, "Hey, I want to work this out," there is hope. Allow God to be your firm foundation
Yes.
of that marriage and then build on top of that. God can turn anything around.
Yes.
It may look like a nightmare and he will turn it around to your best dream. So, no, God is a miracle worker. And as long as you put the time in and you are intentional about building your marriage, it can be done.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
yes. Wow, that's good. This has been such a refreshing
Hmm.
podcast and a different perspective on marriage. So,
Yes.
ladies and gentlemen, there you have it. We had the Newsomes, and
Hmm.
I'm just glad that you guys brought a fresh
Yes.
ideas and fresh energy.
Hmm.
Kiran and I are really dedicated to this podcast and talking about all things relationships. And it was very important for us this season to focus on, the sanctity of marriage. And so
Yes.
we're grateful that you all have been a part of this conversation. Thank you for the wisdom that you have brought, the different perspective that you brought. And
Yes.
we definitely can see the love that
Hmm.
you have for each other, your family, and your ministry. And so,
Yeah.
besties, with all of what has been said, I know you have a notebook full of notes, as Kiran and I do. But if not, it's okay. You can just rewind this video on YouTube
Hmm.
and watch it again, or rewind the episode on any of our platforms, which is iHeartRadio, Apple, Amazon, Spotify.
Yes.
and hear all that the Bestie Advice is doing and hear this amazing interview again. Until next time, besties, we love you.
Bye,
Bye.
besties.
Thanks for joining us today. See you next time.